I have a very important message to share with you, which I have captioned the spider's web. Is it digital spiritualism? I know many of us are quite familiar with the traditional interpretation or definition of the word spiritualism, having to do with communication with dead loved ones, the spirits of dead men. But today I want to present this concept, spiritualism, in a different sense, for different application, in context of today's world, the digital world in which we live. And so I've captioned today's presentation, The Spider's Web, is it digital spiritualism? Let us pray. Gracious Father, we praise your holy name, we adore you, we worship you, and we bless your holy name, for thou art great, thou art a God who is mighty to save, thou art all-knowing, all-powerful. We invite you, Lord, to lead us into our study, and may our hearts be blessed and touched with thy word, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. The spider's web, is it digital spiritualism? I have found in the book of Job, Job chapter 8, verses 13 and 14, a text that I find to be very relevant and applicable to today's study. These were words uttered by Bildad, Job's friend. Although the accusations levied against Job were not correct, they did not apply. But yet there is still a strong message in the words used by Bildad. And Bildad says to Job, "So are the paths of all that forget God, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure." I wonder if the time will come when all of our trust and our confidence in the digital world that we have built for ourselves will fail us, when this house may crumble. I wonder if this may ever happen. Whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. He shall lay upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. I came across this vision written by Alan G. White, recording the book Early Writings, page 88 and also page 89. Now this vision was recorded over 100 years ago, but I find it to be very relevant and very applicable today in our digital world. And so she says, "A train of cars was shown me, going with the speed of lightning. The angel bade me look carefully. I fixed my eyes upon the train. It seemed that the whole world was on board, that there could not be one left. Said the angel, 'They are binding in bundles ready to burn.' I asked the angel if there were none left. He bade me look in an opposite direction, and I saw a little company traveling a narrow pathway. All seemed to be firmly united, bound together by the truth in bundles or companies. Said the angel, 'The third angel is binding or sealing them in bundles for the heavenly Ghana.'" This dream will form the basis for our discussion this afternoon. A train of cars. Let us now try to dissect the dream. Let's try to interpret it, unfold it, and show its relevant application to our digital world. And so, the message of the Lord begins. I was shown me, or I was shown. Now, anytime I hear these terms, was shown me or I was shown, to me it signifies authority. Now that's up to her if she deceives herself or deceives others. But to me, if you say I was shown, that means you're an eyewitness, just like John in the Revelation. I saw the holy city coming down. I saw. That's witness. So I was shown or was shown me. To me, this signifies authority, divine authority. A train of cars. Computers are a network of terminals digitally connected which circle the globe, functioning like a train of cars that are mechanically connected and operated. Now, during E.G. White's time, more than 100 years ago, there was no point of reference. She didn't know of computers. They were not yet invented. Just like John in the Revelation. John didn't know about missiles and submarines and airplanes. And so he described them using certain symbols like locusts with fire in their tails, etc. And so I believe Sister White had no point of reference for the computer age, the digital world. And so she described what she saw as a train of cars moving at lightning speed. And to me, that's exactly what computers are, the digital computer world is. Terminals scattered around the world, but they're all connected. Going with the speed of lightning, I submit to you that there is nothing faster on earth now than the click of a mouse. It truly moves at the speed of light. You can stay in the USA and send a message to someone in Canada and they will get it instantly. And from Canada to Australia, instantly. And from Australia to Africa, instantly. And if you have a group email where you have about 1,000 people on your email list, by just a click of a mouse, a message can be sent from where you are, say in the US or wherever you are, and reach 1,000 people around the world instantly. Look carefully. That was a command. A command to stop and consider well. I wonder if these words are relevant and applicable to us today. Is it time now to stop and look carefully and consider where this digital world is taking us, where we're headed, in what direction we are going? Because remember, train is moving at lightning speed. A train of cars, computers, a network of terminals digitally connected which circle the globe, functioning like a train of cars that are mechanically connected and operated. And today we have satellites. The sky is littered with satellites, maybe hundreds of thousands of them. And computer terminals all over the world, all connected, moving at the speed of light. Again, let's continue to unfold the dream. She said the whole world was on board. Now I ask you, what is the acronym for the web? It is www. And she said the whole world, www. The whole world was on board that train of cars, moving at lightning speed. And this is the exact acronym that we have for the World Wide Web, www. She said the whole world, www. She said the whole world was on board. Now today the world is not on board, the world is online. We're all online, the very same thing. The whole world online today. Everybody online. She said there could not be one left. It seems like everyone is connected today. Everyone is online today. Especially in the time of shutdown and lockdown. Everyone is connected. All businesses are connected. Schools are connected. Universities, churches, homes. It seems like the whole world is connected today. Connected online. She said that they are binding in bundles ready to burn. Internet and cable services are indeed sold in bundles. That's how they sell it. Your cable service, your internet packages. The very same term that she used is the same term that we find in the business world. as they sell those packages to us or those bundles to us. Surfing the web. Now this is a term that is used and we're all familiar with it. I'm surfing the web. So I went to the dictionary, in fact Wikipedia, and looked at the meaning of surfing. Surfing is a surface water sport in which the wave rider, referred to as a surfer, rides on the forward or face of a moving wave, which usually carries the surfer towards the shore. So while surfing, the rider is being carried away by the power, the force, energy, and velocity of the wave or wind. So in other words, the surfer submits to the direction and the strength of the wave and the wind. So he's totally not himself. He's totally submitted to the velocity of the wind or the wave. Today, everyone is surfing the web, being carried away by the force, by the power and the speed of an outside energy or force. Surfing allows the mind to wander freely, leading to temptation. For most times as we surf, we start at point A, hoping to get just to point C. Then we find ourselves at point Z, and so much time has passed. And so, in that sport called surfing, the surfer submits to the strength, the energy, and the direction of the wind and the wave. And therefore, he's carried away in whatever direction the wind is blowing or the wave is moving. He's out of control. He's controlled by an outside force and outside energy. Eve and the forbidden tree. Genesis 3 verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Please note, Eve's temptation, it was the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. Genesis 3 verse 13. And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Please note, Eve was tempted while she was on forbidden ground. So we can almost say Eve was wandering or Eve was surfing. To beguile means, the word beguile, charm or enchant someone, sometimes in a deceptive way. So Eve was beguiled. She was fooled. She was tricked. The enemy placed a charm upon her. But that was why while she was wandering. That is why she was maybe mentally surfing. She was where she was not supposed to be. And therefore she was carried away with the beauty of the fruit, or maybe the beauty of the serpent. And her mind began to wander. She was carried away by an outside influence. And that's how it is with surfing. With the speed of lightning. So let's go back again to the dream. I'm reading from the book, The Faith I Live By, page 319. And the messenger of the Lord says, I saw the rapidity with which this delusion, spiritualism, was spreading. A train of cars was shown me, going with the speed of lightning. The angel bade me look carefully. I fixed my eyes upon the train. It seemed that the whole world was on board. Then he showed me the conductor, a fair, stately person whom all the passengers looked up to and reverenced. I was perplexed and asked my attending angel who it was. He said, it is Satan. He is the conductor in the form of an angel of light. He has taken the whole world captive, and they are all going with lightning speed to perdition. the dream, the rapidity with which this delusion, spiritualism, is spreading. The train of cars is going at lightning speed. The angel bade me to look carefully. I fixed my eyes upon the train. It seemed like the whole world was on board. Today the whole world is online, connected. Then he showed me the conductor, a fair, stately person, whom all the passengers look up to and reverence. That's exactly what's going on today. We all patronizing. We're all fascinated with this invention. We all use it. We all involved. Great benefits, great advantages, great privileges. Whom all the passengers reverence. I was perplexed and asked my attendant angel who it was. Said, it is Satan. He is the conductor in the form of an angel of light. Now the very fact that she states that the conductor appeared like an angel of light, it shows a degree of innocence. Apparently this thing appears to be very Christian, very innocent, very genuine, very good. And that's how it is with the internet, the digital world. Lots of benefits, lots of advantages. It's a highway of information. You could get whatever you want by the click of a mouse. Very beneficial. Today you can hardly conduct business and be successful in business without being connected. You can hardly even run school or operate school, education institutions without being connected. Government can hardly even function today without being connected. Every aspect of our lives is touched by the digital world. He has taken the world captive, and they're all going with lightning speed to perdition. Well, I've used two terms to describe it. Digital spiritualism or electronic spiritualism. The conductor, I ask you the question, who controls the internet? Nobody. You can post whatever you want. You can read whatever you want on the internet. It's true some countries like China have certain regulations, but by far and large, the internet is just a vast wasteland. Everybody can get involved. Everybody can be connected. You're free to post, you're free to remove as you please. All passengers, the whole world reverence Satan. Now when you think of the word reverence, when you think of it in a spiritual context in terms of worship, then you could have a secondary application or definition. Because I know we're all fascinated by it. We all patronize it. We're all involved with it. How many of Earth's population can do without the internet? And I believe if the internet should shut down today, some people might literally die. People might lose their lives. If the internet should shut down today, the world could come to a sudden halt. That's just to tell you how we are so controlled and captivated. We are so captured by it. In the form of an angel of light, spiritual deception. Internet is very useful and convenient. It presents a whole world of good, a whole world of opportunities. He has taken the world captive. Almost no one can function today in society without being connected online. And this is true. Whether it's religion, especially today, in the lockdown and shutdown that we have. Church, to a great extent, is online. School is online. Business is online. In fact, you don't even have to leave your home today to conduct business. I remember the time when I started working my very first job. There's years gone by. When it was payday, the paymaster came to the school to deliver our salary, and that was paper money in those days, cash. But today, you hardly see your salary. You hardly see your money. You don't have to leave home to go to the bank. You don't have to leave home to go to the grocery store. You don't have to leave home to go and shop. Everything can be done online. I remember the days when you want to travel. So you go downtown to an airline company. And then you purchase your ticket to an agency. But today that doesn't exist anymore. All arrangements, traveling arrangements can be made online. She said the train was moving at lightning speed to perdition. I say to you, if it is a web, it was designed to entrap. Maybe that is why they've used the term the World Wide Web, W-E-B, web. If it is a web, it was designed to trap. Spiritualistic deceptions. Again, I'm reading from the book, This Day with God, page 312. The developments of these last days will soon become decided when these spiritualistic deceptions are revealed to be what they really are. Spiritualistic deceptions, when they are unveiled and unmasked and revealed for what they really are. Spiritualistic deceptions. The secret workings of evil spirits. The secret workings of evil spirits. Again, that's the definition for spiritualism. Communication with dead spirits, dead ones. Those who have acted a part in them will become as men who have lost their minds. Because remember, they are surfing. They have given over their minds to the control of an outside force, an outside energy. She said the developments of these last days will soon become decided when these spiritualistic deceptions are revealed to be what they really are. The secret workings of evil spirits. I wouldn't be surprised if these ideas were deposited in men's minds by Satan himself. For we have this happening in scripture. Judas, the Bible says, Satan entered his mind and placed in his mind what he should do at that point in time to betray his Lord. Satan actually placed that idea in his mind. So is it possible too that the very same can happen with all of these inventions we have? Is it possible that Satan again could inspire, motivate, and control men and lead them to invent certain instruments, certain devices that would trap men? Weapons of physical warfare. I want to discuss with you now a few weapons of spiritual warfare that we have and we are patronized. And I'm quoting from George Friedman. I think this was a presentation that he had, Future of Geopolitics. So again, George Friedman, the future of geopolitics. And he said the iPhone, it has a microchip built in and was designed to guide missiles against Soviet targets. So he's saying here that the iPhone that we have was designed for war. It's a weapon of war. A weapon for war. And I know today you'll agree with me that we are in a war. It's a war for the mind. Digital cameras, and George continues, digital cameras. These were designed for spy satellites. Another weapon of war, physical warfare. GPS systems. He said it was invented by the US Air Force to guide cruise missiles to their targets. So we have the GPS system, we have the digital cameras, we have the iPhones, all of these. The original intention for them had to do with physical warfare. The internet, and here's what Friedman says. The internet, it was designed to move classified data from one secret lab to another. So you see the level of secrecy there and clandestine working. So the whole internet was designed to move classified secret data from one secret lab to another. And today it has been commercialized, open to the public, and we patronize. But a weapon of physical warfare. Cell phones, designed to facilitate military communication, a Cold War weapon, cell phones. George Friedman, The Future of Geopolitics. That was a presentation that he made. Now I have received in the mail certain advertisements, and some of them I have scanned and placed in this PowerPoint presentation. Some of them are found on the internet. And I will use them to show that the exact wording that Mrs. White presented in her dream, the exact wording, we see it in the advertisements coming right to our doorsteps. Blazing fast internet speed. It moves at the speed of light. Here's the graphic. Here's the illustration. To describe internet speed, blazing fast internet speed. Now, I don't think this person knew Sister White, because she was dead more than 100 years before. The speed of 4G, the speed of light. Now men found that 4G was too slow, so now we're moving towards 5G. Now in Nashville, more people choose AT&T for their smartphone. Here's why. Access to the nation's largest 4G network. Get the fairest and most flexible rate plans. Talk and surf the web. The word again, talk and surf the web at the same time. So 4G is all about light. Computer functioning, the digital world, it's all about the manipulation of light. You get that point? It's the manipulation of light. 4G, 5G, 3G is all the manipulation of light. So working to be like God, angel of light. That's what Mrs. White said. He poses as an angel of light. So it appears to be very innocent. Another one, bundles. That's how they're packaged to us. It's time to bundle up so we can save high-speed internet, speeds up to 100 Mbps, wireless modem, 130 plus channels connected to your DVR. So the packages are sold to us in bundles. Exactly what the message of the Lord said. They are binding themselves up in bundles ready to be burnt. And these packages are presented to us in bundles. This one illustrates how computers are all connected around the world. Terminals connected around the world, a central control system. So you have thousands of millions of computers, but they're all connected. Computer terminals function like a train of cars circling the globe, sending information at lightning speed. Again, I illustrated the click of the mouse, sending a piece of information from, say, the US to the Caribbean, or from the Caribbean to Africa, or from Africa to Asia. And that can just happen instantly. Never in the history of the world have we seen this. Look at another one. Xfinity. And I put with it Xfinity versus infinity. Every time I see the word Xfinity, it reminds me of infinity. Infinite. God alone is infinite. We are finite. But look how close that they're coming. Xfinity. You spoke, we listen. Here is more speed, entertainment, and value. Wasn't that Satan's ambition? Was that his deception? Was that what he tried to deceive Eve with? That you'll be like God? You'll have increased knowledge? You'll understand the difference between good and evil? Xfinity. More speed, more entertainment, more light, more power, more knowledge. This word is very close to infinity. Satan's ambition to be like the Most High God, infinite. I want to submit to you that spiritualism has taken on a new dimension, new application, new definition. And I call it digital or electronic spiritualism. Faster speed. Now get more entertainment, faster speed, great value. Enjoy super fast internet. Wow. Search smarter. Listen to the verbiage. Exactly what Satan said to Eve. That's what we see in the advertisements. Search smarter. You'll become wiser. That's what he told Eve. You'll become wiser, more knowledgeable. You'll have an increased of knowledge and wisdom and understanding, because you become like God. And here's what they're telling us: search smarter. Enjoy super fast internet. So the world is moving at lightning speed into perdition. And I tell you, the faster it goes, the less time we have to consider. Now this scan came out very faint. It's not too clear. But the illustration here is a train on a train track, and we have that blast of light over the train track. And this is how it's been packaged and presented to us. A train on a train track, and there is that bright light shining over the train track. And look at the words: now surf up to 5x faster. So not 3x again, not 4x, 5x faster. 5 times faster, 5,000 times faster. High speed, faster surfing, less consciousness, easier to fall into temptation because you're moving faster. No time to think. No time to think and take rational decisions. So you move by impulse. Remember again the man surfing upon that high wave. He has very little time to think because he's moving by the strength and the direction of the wave. Wherever it leads, that's where he's going. The wave controls him. The wind is controlling him. He has very little control. He has submitted to the force and the energy and the direction of the wind and the wave. And he's surfing. And the faster he moves, the less time he has to consider or to think. And I wonder if he can stop in midair. But I'm sure you have seen it in movies. Some of these surfers fall down into the deep. And so that's how it is with many of us on the web. Some of us may lose it all, falling down into the deep, and can't get out of it. Digital bundles. When I mentioned that before, that's how it's been presented in bundles. So you have your TV bundles, you have your HBO, you have your Showtime, Cinemax bundles. So you pay for your internet, you pay for your cable. It's a bundle, and it's cheap, it's affordable, very attractive. The very same wording that Mrs. White used in her dream, that they are binding themselves up together in bundles to be burnt, and the packages are sold to us in bundles. World Wide Web. This is exactly how it looks in real life. This illustrates connectivity. Thousands and if not millions of terminals scattered all over the world, but yet they are connected. They are connected. So the skies were littered with satellites. And all over the world we have those terminals. And they're all connected, and information moves at the speed of light. A spider's web. But I want to tell you, if this is a web, it was designed to trap. There is no way out. It was designed to trap. I have seen a spider's web, and I've seen certain creatures enter that web and cannot get out. And they stay there and dry up and die, cannot get out. Because look at how intricate this design is. And when you get to the center point, it's very difficult to get out. And so it may be for a lot of us. Has the time come to build ship? Has the time come to get out of it? Is it really a device of Satan? Can this be used to hypnotize us and mesmerize us and have us move in a direction that we never thought possible? It may not be easy for a lot of us to get out. Because it's a web, it's a trap. It may not be easy to get out. Another one. Become smarter at the speed of light. Now these are not my words. That's an advertisement. It's taken from TQ Incorporated. Become smarter at the speed of light. That's exactly what Satan said to Eve in the Garden of Eden. You'll become like God. Your eye will open. If you eat, your eye will open. You will see more. You'll understand more. You'll be like God, increasing wisdom and knowledge and understanding. And you'll be infinite in knowledge and power and might and strength. And look at how it's been packaged to us today. Become smarter at the speed of light. To be like God. Another one. Your eyes will open. It's a super highway of information. It's before us. You will be like God, all-knowing. And there is no limit to your knowledge and to your understanding and to your learning. Look at this one. Get the freedom of unlimited 4G. So they even promise you freedom too. Get the freedom of unlimited 4G. And this is all because 4G is something of the past. Now it's 5G. Get more out of the internet with clear unlimited 4G. Now it's time to break free from data limits. No limits. The sky's your limit. Now you can do virtually whatever you want. I'm reading from their advertisement. Now you can do virtually whatever you want online. There's no limit to what you can do, where you can go online, what you can learn online. There's no limit. The sky is your limit. Infinite. Xfinity. Wasn't that exactly what Satan promised Eve in the Garden of Eden? I dare say to you that spiritualism has taken on a new meaning, a new definition. I call it digital spiritualism or electronic spiritualism. And maybe the time has come for us to stop and consider. Two different bundles. Remember in the dream, she spoke about two different bundles. We look at both of them. One, I saw a little company traveling a narrow pathway. She said a little company. Now she said the whole world was on board. That's not a little company. Now she's saying, I saw a little company. But prior to that, she said, the whole world was on board. Note the contrast, note the difference. The whole world, that's a huge company. Now she saw a little company. So obviously there's a great difference between the two companies. It's like night and day. And they were on a narrow path. But remember, the internet is a highway, it's a super highway. So that's not a narrow path. So obviously they're walking on opposite sides. That's not a narrow path. All seem to be firmly united, bound together by the truth in bundles or companies. That's by divine selection, divine choosing. God places them in bundles. Said the angel, the third angel is binding or sealing them in bundles for the heavenly Ghana. So Satan is producing a counterfeit, while God is preparing one group, a small group, a little company, walking a narrow pathway. And the angel is preparing them or sealing them in bundles. They are being sealed in bundles. Sealed in bundles, ready for the heavenly Ghana. Now we'll compare that to the other group, the other bundle. So obviously that group, I think the time came when they had to take a decision. They had to make a judgment call as far as the highway is concerned, as far as mainstream is concerned. I saw. I remember I said prior, if she says, I saw, it was shown me, these words arrest my attention. To me, it's divine authority. And that's up to her. But for me, if you say, I saw, or I heard, or it was shown me, to me that speaks divine authority. A little company, a small group of believers scattered all over the world, pockets of believers all over the world. They were traveling a narrow pathway. That means they were living a life of self-denial, separate from the world. I doubt they were connected. I doubt it very much. Because they were living separate from the world. Maybe the time will come. A lot of us will have to take that decision. Maybe. But she saw a little company, a small group, traveling a narrow pathway. Now, if it's narrow, there's no place there for all those gadgets. There's no place there for large terminals and all that connectivity. They were united and bounded together by truth. the pure, unadulterated truth as it is in Jesus Christ. The pure truth is their mark of identity. They live and work in bundles or companies, little companies of believers scattered everywhere. They were being sealed under the third angel's message in small bundles or companies for the heavenly Ghana. In contrast, the counterfeit bundle. So if you look at the small bundle, walking a narrow pathway, separate from the world, living a life of self-denial, self-sacrifice. The time had come. The counterfeit bundle. It's a big bundle. And I believe it's one bundle. And I believe the same concept applies when we talk about the fruit of the Spirit. It's one fruit, but it manifests itself differently. Love, joy, peace, goodness, etc. But one fruit. So I believe this counterfeit bundle is one big bundle. The whole world is in one big bundle, but it's manifesting itself differently. The bundle moves at the speed of light. Satan is the conductor. He is worshipped as an angel of light because the internet presents blessings, opportunities, advantages. An angel of light. And he's worshipped. And not worship as we know it in terms of bowing down and praying, but patronizing. Being fascinated by it. Being involved, immersed into it. Giving it our all. Being controlled by it. Absorbed by it. No one is left out except the little company. This bundle is moving at lightning speed to perdition. Destruction. Let's go back again to the book of Job. This time Job chapter 8, 13 and 14. Remember Job's friend? Big Dad? Remember his accusations levied against Job? But it was not applicable. Job was innocent before God. Job didn't understand the controversy, what is going on for his life. So whereas these words made sense, but they did not apply to Job. But I believe they apply to us today. They apply to us today in today's context of a digital world. So are the paths of all that forget God. And the hypocrite's hope shall perish, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. He shall lean upon his house, but his house shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. Oh, men have placed all their trust and their confidence in the digital world that they have created for themselves. To the extent all eggs are in one basket. Worships today, they control by the digital world. Schools, churches, businesses, everything is controlled by the internet. Everything is computerized. Even our cars, everything is computerized. So men have placed their whole trust and confidence and security in the digital world that they have created for themselves. They have created their own electromagnetic field for themselves. They have created their own ecosystem for themselves. An artificial system of living for themselves. But here Big Daddy is saying, whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web. He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. Oh, when God is ready, maybe just a solar flare can take it down. And now we have strange signs that men are witnessing in the sun, as far as the strength of the sun is concerned. That now they are saying to us that the hot spots on the sun, they have been reduced. And this could lead to severe winters, famine, drought, etc. But men have placed their trust and their confidence and their security in their modern inventions. The end of all hypocrites. Those who forget God are hypocrites. You know the hypocrite? They were convicted but yet denied God. You present the truth to them. They see it. They understand it. But yet they will deny it. Yet they'll rationalize it. They're hypocrites. They forget God. That's what a hypocrite is. They're convicted, yet they deny. The hopes of the hypocrites shall perish, because God is not in their thoughts and in their planning. They cherish false hopes. that this will take us through. I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe that the digital world will take us to the pinnacle, take us to the very top, and may bring us way back down into the Stone Age. It's just possible. If not the Stone Age, but very, very close to it. Very close to it. The hypocrites' trust shall be a spider's web, because they trust in their power and their invention, and they are deceived. They will depend on their own strength and power, and they shall be disappointed with their false sense of security. All the evil devices, inventions, and intentions will fail them in this final conflict. These are the words of Bildad to his friend Job, but it was not applicable. But I believe it is relevant to us today, living in a digital world. I saw this on the internet. I went to this website, Soul Phone Foundation. Soul Phone, listen to this, and understand it in the context of spiritualism. Soul Phone, a device intended to allow humans in the flesh to communicate with entities not in the flesh. So bringing spirit communication technology to life. Spirit communication technology, from cell phones to smartphones to iPhones to soul phones. And that's the progression. We started with cell phones, and we gravitated to smartphones and iPhones, and now soul phones. So we can use these devices to communicate with dead loved ones. Spiritualism. So then I believe that spiritualism has taken on a new form, a new dimension, a new definition. And it behoves us now to stop and consider where this is heading. Again, I'm reading from the website, Soul Foundation. Communication devices, such as the soul phone, will someday allow you to visit with your deceased loved ones or them with you. That may sound impossible or too good to be true, but based on research findings in 2019, it's not. This evidence comes from studying a wide range of phenomena: psychic abilities, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, extraordinary mental abilities, remote viewing, spontaneous healing, transcendent experiences, synchronicities, mediumship, and many other areas. All these phenomena are related and can now provide clues to a greater or larger reality. Again, from the same website, Soul Foundation, Soul Phones Foundation. Technologies are currently being tested in laboratories around the world to demonstrate that these theories are real, and in fact, many have been extensively validated. We hold the firm conviction that one day in the near future, the technologies that result from these discoveries will allow us to communicate with what is now considered to be the spirit realm. So we can use these phones to communicate with the spirit realm, the spirit world. Devices derived from these technologies will be available for us to continue our relationships with our loved ones who have passed on, but definitely not passed away. So I want to submit to you that there is a link between the digital world and spiritualism. It has just taken on a new form, a new dimension today. Immortality of the soul. Same website. Hypothesized post-material collaborators include deceased people who were stellar scientists, inventors, entertainers, and teachers while living on Earth. They want to help those of us who are experiencing life from an earthly perspective. So all of these genius people, all of these great minds who have died, they want to help us. And we have the ability now to communicate with them. So we can get ideas from them, because we're now in a dilemma. We're now in a great problem. The whole world is perplexed. And we can get help from the outside world, from a different realm. To learn more about how these HPCs, collectively called the A-Team, have assisted this project, visit Hypothesized Collaborators and the A-Team at soulphone.org. Check it out for yourself, soulphone.org. You can also read about these luminaries who are helping the research and development in an article by Rhonda Schwartz, included as Appendix 1 of the Greater Reality Living. Wow. So as Satan entered Judas' mind and put in his mind what he can do to betray his Lord, is it just possible that he can enter the minds of these inventors and put in their minds exactly what they can do to destroy God's last day movement, God's last day people? The serpent and the woman, again back to Genesis chapter 3, verses 4 and 5. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. The immortality of the soul, ye shall not surely die. Because we can now communicate with them and get ideas from them. We can get help from them, and they're crying out to help us. And we can use the phone and some devices. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. It was never God's intention that Adam and Eve would know the difference between good and evil. You don't have to know evil to know good. It was never his intention, the original intention for them. They have to remain in their innocence. Sin was introduced before they were born. And therefore, they were not party to it. They were not witnesses. And apparently in their innocence, not having any prior knowledge of what took place, they would have been in a better position to judge and to take decisions. That's why Paul says, know ye not that you shall be judging angels, fallen angels? So had Adam and Eve remained in their innocence, apparently they'd been in a better position to understand and to judge sin. But Satan knew that very well, and therefore he beguiled Eve. He placed a charm on her to deceive her. So now he can accuse her. How can you now judge me when you're just as guilty as I am? How can you judge me? And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God hath known that in the day ye eat thereof, your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good from evil. And that's what the digital world is presenting to us today. Great opportunities, infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom. Operating on the cloud. Today that's the buzzword, the cloud. Everything is on the cloud now. We're operating from the cloud. We save everything on the cloud. Everything is connected to the cloud. And that's a term that's been used in the computer world today, the cloud. I ask the question, is cloud technology set in furtherance of Satan's ambitious plan to be like the Most High? Can 5G technology, with its lightning speed capability, be used to hypnotize faithful believers in giving up their holy faith? In eternity past, Lucifer had said in his heart, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That was his ambition. He always wanted to be like the Most High, even to be greater than the Most High. And therefore his ambition was to set his heights above the clouds. Then he can be like the Most High. Oftentimes I wonder whether cloud technology with its lightning speed capability exists in furtherance of Lucifer's ambitious plan to exalt his throne above the stars of God and be like the Most High. Is there a correlation? Is there a relationship between cloud technology as we know it today and Lucifer's original plan to be like the Most High, to establish his throne above the clouds? Is there a correlation? Is there a relationship? Is this in furtherance of his master plan? That old serpent called the devil. Now that he is no longer Lucifer, but the great dragon, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world and causeth the earth to tremble, has his plan been aborted? Because at that time he was Lucifer. Now he's Satan. And revealed to us as that old serpent called the devil and the dragon. Has his plan been aborted? Remember, Satan is the conductor. That's what she said. Satan is the conductor. He has taken the whole world captive to the Internet of Things. And that's the buzzword, that's the term being used these days, the Internet of Things. If his plan is still in operation today, rest assured, dear viewer, that he and his plan will be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, by the very same Most High God. Isaiah 14 verse 15. If this plan of Satan is still in operation today, and I believe it is, rest assured, Isaiah says, he'll be brought down to the sides of the pit by the very same God. And Job says, Bildad in Job, he shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. As Satan and his ambitious plans will crumble, the Internet of Things may follow this very same path.
Okay, you start it.
The Wi-Fi world, another buzzword again. That's what's been used in the Internet of Things and the digital world, Wi-Fi. Ask the question, as the burning fiery furnace was used to intimidate, to deceive, and attempt to control the mindset of the three Hebrew boys, so too I wonder if the Wi-Fi world we live in, with cloud technology and high-speed internet, can be used to influence our perceptions, control our emotions and thoughts, causing us to accept the image of the beast's power and eventually bow down and worship the beast unconsciously. That technology can be used the very same way Nebuchadnezzar used music to hypnotize those people who were gathered on the plain of Dura. The very same way he used music and the sound of music to hypnotize them, have them to bow to that statue. Is it possible that the Internet of Things, the digital world, can be used with high-speed technology to cause us to bow and to accept the workings of Satan unconsciously? This seems very likely today under current lockdown and shutdown, where everyone is connected online by digital church and worship. Church today is operated online. Digital church, electronic worship, worship without fellowship. The internet truly is a web. And if it is a web, it is designed to trap. If Satan is the conductor, the best place for him to operate is from the clouds. Will he one day impersonate the coming Christ and stage a cosmic landing? I end with this question. If Satan is the conductor, the best place for him to operate is from the clouds. Will he one day impersonate the coming Christ and stage a cosmic landing? I wish to thank you.